Good morning, everyone. So the healing intentions are set as per the usual. So if you want them, just breathe them in and decree them for your highest and greatest good. So after yesterday's reading, I was doing some thinking because that's what I always do. I think. I literally meditate just to still my brain because that's how it is. I think all the time. And I was deciphering some things, and I see that someone also kind of said the same thing. So as I'm thinking about the readings in the past, how it's saying that, get your house in order, prepare for a little chaos, get your basic needs met, and, all of these things. And then the reading that we got with the technology, I'm thinking, listen, I don't believe the lights are going to go out when they switch over the technology. And we did get, it's going to feel darker than it is, right? So my mind goes into this space of the feeling, right? The feeling is going to be the darkness, okay? So not the power, you guys, but the feeling. So I asked if the feeling was why they're referring to the 10 days of darkness as 10 days of darkness is because of the feelings it's going to induce, because of the news that people will hear, the feelings, not a literal power outage, but the feelings. So with that, I got a yes. Those 10 days of darkness are being referred to as darkness because of the feelings that are going to be induced with the news that comes out during this period, okay? So then I said, all right, so I'm asking now, you've been telling us to get our basic needs in order and get our houses straightened out and get our houses in order. And I'm wanting to know now, does that have anything to do with inflation? Are we going to see a rise in costs and it's better to get ourselves squared away now than later? And so what I got there is, I got the King of Cups. So yes, inflation is going to come up from the surface. We are in a bit of a state of limbo right now. So it's pretty high. Everything's pretty high right now. But it's actually, according to this reading, there's more to come. So we're in a state of limbo right now. And then things are going to spike right before they end. So I asked if there's any more to this, and I got that, this is half. This is half of the story, okay? So then, you got to think, a little bit. So then I asked, is it because is the other half due to us seeing like lockdowns in certain places? So if there's going to be a rise in inflation, so it's best to get it now, but it's only half of the story. Is the other half of the story the fact that we may be locked down for a period of time, because we've heard that, and we wouldn't be able to necessarily just go out and get stuff, right, you guys? So this is what I get with that. I get, yes, it's strategic though, right? So it may only be certain areas, because it's strategic, certain areas that are put in dire straits. So in order to move us out of that troubled water and get us over the hump, sorry about the glare. I'm in the shop and there's a skylight right over the table. And it glares because of that skylight. Right there, you guys. So there you have it. That's the reason. But I was in the shop doing some work this morning, so I just figured I'd pull some cards. So yeah, it's strategic. It will depend on the place, and how much dire straits people are in certain places to move them out of that troubled water and get them over the hump. So I needed a little bit more to that, right? So I get over here that most of the work for these big events has been done, but of course you have this little tiny bit left to do, right? So most of the work has been done, but it really will depend on where you're at. Because with this Wheel of Fortune, it's like anything goes, right? So it will depend on where you're at, and how much judgment is having to be served in the area that you're at on these lockdown situations. Okay, so I asked if I got that right, and I got yes. I got yes. So, and that literally is not just dependent on where you are in the States, but dependent on where you are in the world. So it's just better to prep than to be sorry. So basically, they're telling us to get our houses in order for a couple of reasons. Because inflation is going to spike as things are coming to pass. And because strategically, depending on where you are in the world, right? Even though they've laid a lot of groundwork already to prepare for these times, strategically, depending on the situation in your area, how much your dire straits that area is in order to move you out of troubled water and get you over the hump, they are going to have to do a lockdown in places probably. It may not be every single place, you guys, but these are all valid reasons as to why we're being told ahead of time, get your houses in order, have some things on hand, do this and do that, right? So then I said, all right, so now let's talk about the lights, because when I think about this, if we've been in a very basic system, then the power should come on pretty quick, right? We've been in a very basic system, and they tell us that we're moving into a much more advanced, higher frequency, much better system of all of these electronics and our technology. And they've told us it's a very healing technology, and it's, it's really good. It's good stuff we get, right? So what I said is if the power is being switched over from the old basic system to a more higher frequency power grid, all of our technology being switched over to this higher frequency, better way of being, then the power should be done, switched over. The old system should be switched off, and the new system switched on relatively quickly, right? So I asked if that was correct. And what I got is that is the tangible plan. That's what these guys are planning on, that they take it and boom, they bring it up, and they've given it to us straight. So that's the tangible plan, you guys, that this new grid will just be, we'll turn off the old one and they'll turn on the new one. And they've been working to get this in order. They believe they're just going to, and this is a powerful card, it's driven by fire. So very powerful. So the tangible plan is that powerfully, they're going to bring this new system up and boom, turn it on and give it to us straight. So I asked if that was, if I read that right, and I got the Empress. So I got yes. And again, they're giving us that healing card with this new technology. So, that new technology, med beds, higher frequency healing techniques, like lots of stuff I'm thinking. Not just our, and I believe also like, yes, equipment. You're probably not going to need 3 pieces of equipment to run your like your computer, your printer, your modem, your this, your that. I believe it's all going to be, because they did tell us that we're not going to need as much. We're not going to need as much of anything, they said to us in 2 readings back, right? 3 readings back or something like that. The YouTube reading, they told us that. So yeah, it's the tangible plan is to come in powerfully, bring this new technology up, boom, and it will be on, given to us straight. That's correct. So really, the prepping and stuff is for other reasons. The prepping is because we're going to see a spike in inflation. The prepping is because there could be chaos and lockdowns. The prepping is for that stuff, right? And it really will depend on where we're at in the world, how long that has to go on. So then I asked, if we were going to see some scare events. Are we going to see some scary events? Are they going to pull out some scare tactics? And I got the Knight of Pentacles. So I got, yes, put on your armor. Don't let this negativity, get to you. You pull out your armor and you don't let the negative, scary things get to you, okay? So I said, all right, is that what you meant by this? And I got the Temperance. Wanted to make sure that I'm giving you guys the right information. So yes, there are going to be scare events. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. Put on your armor. Don't let this negativity get to you. Yes, I'm giving you that information correctly. But with Temperance, that means that those scare events are going to be bringing in change. Okay. So then I was like, okay, so scare events. So I said, all right, so with the scare events, is it going to be a lot of different things kind of happening all at once? Are we going to see like the inflation goes sky high, things start ending? A little bit of chaos is starting to happen in the world because of the inflation and the ending of things. Are these scare events kind of going to all is all this stuff going to kind of culminate together on top of each other and be many things, multi-layered? And so I got, yes, things will spill over and rise up from the surface. And when this happens, moving forward, you guys, that's when we're going to hear the media come out. And things will surrender pretty quickly after that. Once the media comes out, things will surrender pretty quickly after that. Whew. So I asked if I got that correct. And I got justice. So, I got justice is going to be served at that time. Yes, I got it correct. But I also, with that justice card, that means, yes, justice is going to be served at that time. And I said, so, is this the time where we may be seeing the military no, wait. First, I asked, is this the time that we maybe be hearing the EBS? So, things are going to have to surrender because justice is coming in. All right? So, when that justice starts coming in to surrender, to surrender to things, will we get the EBS? So, is the justice going to come in moving forward? Is that what we're going to start seeing? And I got yes. So, yes, things are going to start to spill over. Things are going to rise from the surface, okay? So moving forward, justice is going to start coming in. Yes. And that's when the EBS is going to have to go off, you guys. And then there'll be a quick surrendering to things. So once I read that, I said, did I get that correct? And I got the judgment card, yes. So then I said, okay, so I've delivered all of this to everybody. Now let's recap, So, the 10 days of darkness, it's going to be a feeling. Get that with the high priestess. It's going to feel. There's going to be a lot of feelings to this. Hyperinflation is coming back. That's why it's a good idea for you to get your stuff now. Lockdowns can happen, and it will really depend on where you're at on, the severity or the degree of these lockdowns and things like that. And not just where you're at in the States, but where you're at in the world. Okay, so then the new power, the new technology, there's a tangible plan to bring that in with power and force that rises that up, puts it in place, and then it brings it to us straight. And I got yes. Okay, so are we going to have scare events? Yes, we're going to have scare events. Put on your armor, okay? And things will be changing, okay? These scare events are going to be bringing in change. So, yes, things are going to be multi-layered at this time, okay? Yes, things will be multi-layered. Things are going to spill over, right? They're going to rise up. Moving forward, that justice is going to have to come in. It's going to bring in that EBS, okay? And then things will have to surrender pretty quickly thereafter, obviously. And so, yes, I'm getting all of this right. So now leave us with a card. What do you think? What do you think we can benefit from hearing after having gleaned all of this information? So what we got was the Page of Wands. All right, you guys, let me see. There we go. Get the glare off it. So the Page of Wands. With the Page of Wands, you notice he's on stilts and he's going across thin ice. It's a scary journey. So they're letting us know it's going to feel a little difficult. It's going to feel challenging. It might feel scary because, I mean, this kid has to worry about falling through into the icy water below, right? So it might feel scary. The advice is to know that you can do anything. So with that, I pulled another card because I felt like we might need they might have something else to say with this. You can do anything, even though it feels scary. And we got the Queen of Wands. So with that, you manifest. So it might feel scary. Don't let the negativity surround you. Put on your armor and manifest good things, even when it's feeling kind of scary. Okay, you guys? So then I asked if I delivered all of the messages and if we were done and if this was enough for today. And I got a yes, we're on point and on path. And again, even with this one, remember, even though I've delivered all of these messages to you, with this one, remember the on point, on path card. Being on path doesn't always feel comfortable. This young child is going down this path at night alone in the dark, lit by very little moonlight, okay? It's so dark that she has to put her hands out in front of her to feel her way and make sure there's nothing in front of her as she travels her path. But this is her soul's path. It's all bloomed all the way around her. It's supported and it's bloomed. So yes, I gave you the messages on point and on path, but they're giving us another warning here that it might feel scary, you guys. The days to come might feel scary. They might get hard. So we're going to have to manifest. Know that we've got this. We can do this, even if it feels challenging. Put on your armor, you guys. Don't let the negativity affect you. Know that great change is coming in. Things are going to spill over and come up from the surface. Things will happen fast. It will be in a multi-layered way, which is probably going to be what makes it feel overwhelming. We've got this, okay? We've got this. So I hope that you found a little value in this. This is what I'm getting, at least, as per the usual. Use your own discernment. And, until next time, you guys, know that I'm sending you so, so, so much love and many, many blessings and strength and courage and discernment. So I did a reading yesterday. I didn't have a chance to get it up, but it's on Maui, and it will not go on YouTube at all. There's no way I'm putting that on YouTube. But I will put the link for the Maui reading that is going up right now on Rumble on the YouTube version of this, because I feel like I can put this reading on both Rumble and YouTube. So as this reading goes up, you guys, for YouTube, if you're interested in seeing yesterday's reading on Maui, then you can follow the link over. It will be in the description of this video. And for everybody on Rumble, this is a continuation of what we found yesterday. And then in the reading that's going up right now on Rumble, that will be up before you guys see this, there is I checked into it already to make sure that it's going to be a smooth transition, and it is. It's going to be a smooth transition. I got that. So we didn't have to ask that here, because I'd already asked that yesterday in the reading that I did on Maui, okay? So anyways, this is just the thoughts that I had and the questions that I had regarding the information that we've been gleaning over the last few periods, of weeks, over the last few weeks, period of time, and I wanted to check in on this stuff. So that's what this is all about. And for you folks on Rumble, the other day I did that reading that I put on Rumble but didn't put on YouTube about that guy with the crooked nose, and he fries a lot, and I'm saying it that way because this is going up on YouTube. I didn't put that on YouTube because there's no way I was going to do that. Just like there's no way I'm going to put the one on Maui on YouTube. But I did give the YouTube people a little bit of a spread. And it did have to do with technology. So for you folks on Rumble, if you want to go over there and check out the information that came through about technology that day. That's the day that we found that we were going to have new technology coming in and that we are not going to need as much of things as we have now. So anyways, you guys, there's my ramble and my babble. I hope that you have a blessed day. Know that I'm sending you much love and many blessings. Until next time, you guys, take care. All right, see ya.